Welcome to the Engineering Excellence Awards. Let's start with your name and who you're with.
Ahmed Ibrahim, HNTB LiRo.
Joseph Leone, New York City Department of Design and Construction.
John Kachmanian, HNTB LiRo.
Zach Dillon, HNTB LiRo, City Construction Manager.
Talk to us about the project that brings you here today.
Okay, so it's the East Side Coastal Resiliency. It's on the east side of Manhattan. The main purpose of the project is to protect Manhattan from flooding, like we had in Sandy 12 years ago. So there's a lot of measurements that we are taking on the east side to build like flood walls, floodgates, drive-in sheet piles, and also we're improving like parks, playgrounds, raising the grades in some areas, a lot of amenities that will come with the project, so the community will really benefit from the project. It will be protected, plus they will use all the amenities, all the new ones. Yeah.
So when you were going into this project, tell me about your thinking and what you thought was going to be needed for the community.
Well, this all started with Superstorm Sandy up in New York. We had a tremendous amount of damage. We lost lives. A tremendous amount of infrastructure was damaged. We were completely unprepared. So our thinking was to try and be way better prepared for both storm surge and sea level rise. So that's where the planning came for this project.
Tell us about how y'all approach the project.
So we've been involved since 2019 as the project manager, PMCM, and now we're into construction. So we've managed two projects so far. One is the PA2, which is a smaller completed project, $160 million, and we're now in the midst of halfway through the larger project of a $1.3 billion program, which is raising the grades and providing all sorts of different amenities for the communities, and most importantly, is basically rebuilding a park and providing a new waterfront access. So, yeah.
Tell us about the engineering that went into this. You talked about measurements. One of the nice things about EEA is that it's your fellow engineers, it's peers looking at these projects and deciding, who should be recognized. Talk about the engineering.
Yeah, it went a lot of engineering ahead of the project during the design phase for approximately 3 or 4 years. It's much challenging because of the utilities that are involved in the area, because Manhattan is an old city. There are a lot of old utilities. So there are a lot of utilities that have to be moved out of the way before they drive all the sheet piles. So that took a lot of time to study and to do like digging like test pits and investigate what's there. Some of the areas has some tunnels, like the subway tunnels, like by East 14th Street. So we have to look into the underground obstructions and make sure that our design will incorporate addressing all these issues before we start the project. So that took a lot of time in the beginning. During work itself, we have to deal with so many challenges like contaminated soils, keeping areas open for the public, making it safe. So there's a lot of items that are involved. If I talk about it, it will take forever. Yes.
We talk about engineering as often it goes unseen, and we've got things going on underground here, and we expect that flood mitigation to be there, but we often don't think about the engineering that needs to go into it to make it happen.
Yes, and especially in the area we're working, it wasn't part of the original Manhattan. It was a fill area, so we had a lot of challenges with the existing soils, a lot of different types of fill material, a lot of differential settlement, a lot of poor bearing capacity soil, so a lot of engineering had to go into soil mitigation measures, whether they were soil improvement measures or a lot of different types of piles. We have many, many different types of stabilization methods that we're using on the projects.
What does it mean for the community when this is finished?
We are actually taking approximately 150,000 residents out of the 100-year floodplain. So FEMA will redo their maps upon completion of our project. These people will not only be much safer and well protected, but they'll also have a significant savings in not having to pay for FEMA flood insurance.
Well, congratulations. Thanks so much for being here tonight.
Thank you.